If Elon Musk could let a blind person see in 4K, why is he starting with Atari graphics? This is the paradox that has confused critics, frustrated optimists, and quietly revealed one of the most sophisticated technological strategies of the decade. We're talking about the same man who landed reusable rockets on floating platforms, built a global satellite internet grid, and rewired the electric vehicle industry. And yet, when it comes to Neuralink's Blindsight project, a system designed to restore vision to the blind, Musk openly says the first users will see something closer to Atari graphics. Not HD, not even standard definition, just glowing dots, crude shapes, digital shadows. At first glance, that sounds like failure, but in reality, it may be the most intelligent decision ever made in neurotechnology. This is the digital eye paradox, and to understand it, we need to start inside the human brain. For millions of blind individuals, the problem isn't the eye itself, it's the signal pathway. The camera may work, the screen may work, but the cable, the optic nerve, is damaged, missing, or non-functional. Traditional medicine focuses on repairing the eye. Neuralink ignores it completely. Blindsight works by bypassing the entire visual system and writing visual information directly into the visual cortex, the part of your brain responsible for interpreting sight. No retina, no optic nerve, just raw data delivered straight to the brain. And this is where the paradox begins, because the human brain is not a monitor. You cannot simply inject millions of pixels into it and expect a clean image. The visual cortex isn't designed to receive digital signals. It's designed to interpret patterns learned over a lifetime. If you suddenly hit it with a high-resolution signal, the result wouldn't be clarity, it would be chaos. White noise, disorientation, in the worst case, seizures. So Neuralink does something counterintuitive. It starts small, very small. The early Blindsight system creates simple flashes of light called phosphenes, points, shapes, movement, no textures, no colors, no detail. Not because Neuralink can't do better, but because the brain can't learn faster. This is not about resolution. It's about neural literacy. Just like a child must learn letters before reading books, the brain must learn how to interpret artificial vision before it can understand complex images. Atari graphics aren't a limitation. They're a curriculum. Neuralink isn't restoring sight. It's teaching the brain a brand new sensory language. And once that language exists, something extraordinary happens. Vision stops being biological. It becomes programmable. This is where the science quietly turns into finance. In late 2024, the FDA granted Blindsight breakthrough device status, a regulatory decision that dramatically accelerated approvals, trials, and commercialization pathways. That designation didn't just validate the technology, it unlocked capital. By 2026, Neuralink publicly confirmed its transition from experimental trials to scalable production. The key wasn't the implant itself, it was the robotic surgery system. The R1 surgical robot can insert neural threads with sub-micron precision, avoiding blood vessels in real time, completing implantation in under an hour without traditional open brain surgery. That single capability changes everything. Because once a medical procedure becomes fast, repeatable, and robotic, it stops being experimental and starts becoming insurable. This is the inflection point where neurotechnology shifts from laboratory science to financial infrastructure. What emerges is a new economic model, senses as a service. Just like software moved from ownership to subscription, human capabilities are beginning the same transition. Today, it's movement. Tomorrow, it's vision. Next, memory, attention, perception. This is why investors aren't looking at Neuralink as a medical company. They're looking at it as the foundation of an entirely new platform economy. And the Atari phase is only the beginning. Because once vision is decoupled from biology, the limits disappear. The human eye only sees a narrow slice of reality. Visible light, limited contrast, no penetration through smoke, fog, or darkness. A digital eye has no such restrictions. Once the brain learns to interpret synthetic visual input, the source of that input becomes interchangeable. Infrared, ultraviolet, radar, depth mapping, thermal signatures. A firefighter could see through smoke. A pilot could perceive terrain through clouds. A visually impaired person could navigate the world with clarity that surpasses natural sight. This is the uncomfortable truth of the digital eye paradox. The technology designed to correct a disability doesn't stop at equality, it creates advantage. The blind user of the future may not just regain vision, they may gain a form of perception no unaugmented human possesses. And that raises hard questions. But first, a reality check. As of 2026, Blindsight is still in its earliest human phases. The focus right now is not image quality, it's stability. The human brain is a hostile environment for electronics. Scar tissue forms, electrodes shift, biological systems resist foreign objects. Earlier brain-computer interfaces struggled with thread retraction and signal degradation over time. Neuralink's response has been engineering, not hype. More flexible threads, improved materials, robotic insertion that avoids blood vessels instead of reacting to damage. Critics argue that mapping vision neuron by neuron is impossible, and they're right. But that's not the goal. Neuralink is not trying to simulate natural vision. It's building a functional interface and letting the brain do the rest. The human brain is extraordinarily plastic. Given consistent input, it adapts, optimizes, learns. That's why starting with crude visuals is not a compromise. It's an admission of biological reality. Perfection doesn't come first. Function does. And function compounds. The deeper truth behind the digital eye paradox is this. Once a machine can speak to the brain, and the brain can understand it, progress becomes exponential. Resolution becomes software. Sensors become modular. Perception becomes upgradable. Sight stops being something you're born with. It becomes something you install. This isn't just a medical breakthrough, it's a philosophical one. We are approaching a moment in history where human perception is no longer fixed by evolution, but shaped by engineering. And Elon Musk didn't start with Atari graphics because he had to. He started there because he understands that once you've successfully connected a camera to the human mind, the rest is iteration. So the real question isn't whether Blindsight will improve, it's how far we're willing to let it go. Is this the greatest medical advancement of our lifetime? Or the first step toward a world where human perception itself becomes hackable? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm reading every one. If this kind of deep, no-hype analysis matters to you, subscribe to CypherLogic HQ, share the video, and stay tuned. Because the future doesn't arrive all at once. It installs, one upgrade at a time.